This is Ro-Lunda Jackson, the Empowerment Advocate, coming to you with episode 10 of the Wise Wednesday Empowerment Moment. I'm excited about today. Y'all bear with me because I'm going to be multitasking. I am taking my hair down. So y'all just bear with me. I'm just going to be who I am. So today we have a special guest coming on. And I'm going to wait till I see him jump on the live feed here. So just bear with us. Bear with us here for a moment. I'm going to put a little music on. And let's see. A lovely day. So we are live. And no, I don't have any rights to this music, but we're going to have a good time this morning. All right. Awesome. I see him on. All right. So my official greeting. Oh, never mind that part. I don't have my speakers hooked up. So, but great day, powerful people. This is Ro-Lunda Jackson. Once again, the Empowerment Advocate, coming to you with episode 10 of the Wise Wednesday Empowerment Moment. Our special guest on today is going to be Mr. Cortez Hustle Springer out of St. Louis, Missouri. An awesome, and powerful personality in his own right. If you have never heard of him, you've never chimed in on his YouTube channel or his Facebook page, do so. You will be the better for it. So at this moment, I'm going to get him on the live feed, send him an invite. He is gonna be here. I need to get my speaker line hooked up here so we can, nope, that's not the one. Okay, my light wanna play games with me. Oh, I had already prepared myself. Forgot about that. Okay. Come on. All right. Howdy.
Hey, Ro, how's it going?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I gotta get my. Do I still have? Hold on, just a moment, y'all. Don't go nowhere. There we go. Okay, I had to turn my do not disturb notification off. So say something so I know I can hear you.
All right, testing one,
Nice.
2. Let me make
1 2 testing. We are on.
All right.
I put my do not disturb notification on when I'm working out, so I don't get all the sounds and vibrations and everything. So I'm gonna be physically transforming while we on here because I forgot to take my hair down. I'm just gonna be who I am.
That's all right.
This morning, I'm excited.
That's right.
And so, you guys, this is a powerful young man, and out of St. Louis, Missouri. I always tend to want to put you in Tennessee with Dr. Bobo.
I know, right?
Yes. So this is Mr. Cortez Hustle Springer, and he's going to be sharing with us a very deep topic, if you will, because it's deep to me. When he gave it to me, I was like, what? I was like, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to soak this up like a ShamWow sponge or a rag or whatever you call that thing. So he's going to be
There you
coming to
go.
us and sharing some good nuggets and some good information about intellectual capital. Intellectual capital. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever heard that termed like that before, but doggone it, I'm ready to hear what it's all about and how we can empower ourselves with this. And of course, this is the empowerment moment, Wise Wednesday empowerment moment. So it's all about empowering ourselves and moving us to the next level and going to the next stage of our life as we journey through this life of success, if you will, on this particular road to success in our lives. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to let him introduce himself. And
All
'cause
right.
he's very capable of doing that. So y'all listen up, listen in. Here he is. The floor is yours, Cortez. Go for it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank
Transition.
you so much, Rolanda. This is an honor to be connecting with you on your platform and being introduced to your audience and your following. It's a privilege, and I don't take it lightly. So I appreciate you for thinking of me to have me on
Awesome.
this morning. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is H. Cortez, sometimes Cortez Hustle, sometimes the financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. And basically, I'm a wealth strategist, author, serial entrepreneur, and I too am an economic empowerment activist, which simply means that I believe that I was put on this planet to help empower our people through economics, because I believe that we've been focusing on fighting a social war since the end of slavery, but the real war has always been economic. So my goal is to help people understand that, but the way that anybody can get themselves in position economically is through business-based wealth. And I have a mentor that I follow by the name of Trevor Ott, and he said something that was so profound one time that literally changed my entire paradigm. He said, Cortez, there's more in what you know than what you do. Now, I want you guys to think about that. There's more in what you know than what you do. See, we've all been taught what to do to make an income, and we've been focusing on doing it and doing it to death. And there's nothing wrong with working hard. There's nothing wrong with doing what you're gifted at. But when you're doing a thing, then just know you're limited. What does that mean?
Right.
If I am the greatest at braiding hair, as Rolanda is unbraiding her hair, right? If I'm the greatest at that, I can only braid so many heads in a day. Time will only permit, even if I charge $1 million per head, I'm still limited, right?
Right.
That's what I do. I'm good at braiding. I know how to do that, right? Or that's what I do, but I know how to do it. So on the other hand, if I didn't do it, but instead I use what I know, my intellectual capital, and I taught people how to do it. Say I created or put what I know how to do in a book, and I don't charge $1 million per book. I just charge $10 per book.
Right.
There's no limit to the amount of books I can sell, where there is a limit to the amount of heads I can actually braid.
Right.
So when we're talking about intellectual capital, we're talking about those things that everybody listening to this feed knows something better than most. And they know it so well that other people will pay them to do it for them. Other people will pay them to teach them how to do it, or other people will buy products and services based on their recommendation.
Right.
Here's the problem. Nobody knows that they're good at that thing but them, right? So in order for you to take advantage of your intellectual capital, you have to expose what you know to more and more people. And this is the magic of social media, because you're on this live feed and you're exposing to people your advocacy for empowering others, right? So as you continue to do that, more and more people are going to look to you for what you know, not necessarily what you do.
Right.
Rolanda knows how to get people moving. She knows how to get connected with other people. She knows how to empower, inspire, and uplift and motivate people. So based on her exposing what she knows, now I can reach out to her and say, you know what? We're having an event. We're having a panel discussion. We're doing this, that, or the other. And we know that we can reach out to Rolanda and she can provide some insight. If she's not available, we know she's well connected, so she can put us in touch with other people, and we're willing to pay her for that service or for that act, right? So what people have to understand is you have to learn how to take that thing that you are passionate about,
right,
and learn to package and present it to the marketplace so that you can then profit from it. Here's one of the problems that we see with a lot of people, Rolanda, is they have these passions, they have these dreams and these aspirations, but they're usually giving them away for free.
Very true.
People think that if I'm passionate about something, I just love to help people, so I should just be helping people for free because I love it so much. Well, let me help you understand something and break some paradigms with this and get you to shift the way you think about this. It's cool to help people and do things for free, but it's my belief, and I could be way off base here, but it's my belief that God gave each and every one of us our passion. Now, think about it. You don't know when you became passionate about helping people. You can't say, hey, it was this date that I just became passionate about empowering and lifting up others. Nope, that's been you all your life because that was given to you by the Creator. Now, again, this is my humble belief. I could be wrong, but I believe He gives us these passions so that they will lead us to our purpose. I believe He gives us these passions so that they will lead us to our purpose. Now, watch this. Inside your purpose, there too is your vision and your provision. See, we are dying for two reasons, right? Lack of knowledge, lack of vision. If you don't even know why you have that passion, then you will not fall into your purpose, which your vision is wrapped up in that purpose. And in that purpose also is your provision. See, I don't believe that the God that I serve said, hey, my son, I have a mission for you that only you can do.
All right.
I have equipped you for this mission. But while you're on this mission doing what I have called you to do and only you can do, you've got to figure out how to feed, clothe, and shelter yourself and your family.
Right.
No, He says, while you are on this mission for me, which I have equipped you specifically to do, you don't have to worry about eating because I'm going to make sure you eat while you're on this mission. You don't have to worry about where you're going to stay because I'm going to make sure you have a place to stay while you're fulfilling this calling. You don't have to worry about taking care of your family. I'm going to make sure your family is taken care of while you're fulfilling this calling. So we've got to get out of this idea that because I'm passionate about something, because I love it so much that I would do it for free, doesn't mean I should do it for free.
That's right.
That's the thing. People love their passion so much. I love basketball. I teach basketball and I would teach it for free because I love it so much. But that don't mean I should do it for free.
Right.
I would do it for free because I love it so much. That don't mean I should do it because God has given me that passion as a way for me to connect with young people.
Yeah.
Right. But who's attached to those young people? Their parents. So if I did it for free, then their parents wouldn't put any value on the connection that I'm making with their children and the life-changing information that I'm imparting to them. So by charging a small fee, their parents put a value on it. So now their parents are vested in their child's development. See, by doing it for free, I'm actually hindering the child and I'm hindering the parents because when you don't pay for something, you don't show up on time. When you don't pay for something, you'll skip an appointment. But when you put a premium on it, now they say they're here on time,
Yes.
They stay late. They're trying to get every minute. I can't stop a session 2 minutes early. No, you promised us a whole hour,
Right,
so
right.
give us these last couple sets, right?
Right,
So,
right.
so we have to get in our hearts and in our heads that it is okay for us to be compensated for the gift that God gives us, right? He gives
Right.
us the gift, right? But my way of showing him I appreciate the gift that he gave me is based on what I do with that gift, right? I
Exactly.
don't hide it under a bush. I don't bury it in the ground like the man with the one talent, right?
Right,
I
right.
go out and I take this talent to the marketplace and multiply it.
Right, right,
And
right.
you can do that with your intellectual capital. And we'll talk about some steps that you can take to actually do that. But I want to lay the foundation first that each and every one of us has a passion, something that we absolutely love to do. And we do it for free. You can see you were doing this 5 years ago. You're doing it today. And you can see yourself still doing whatever that thing is 5 years from now. You read about it, you study about it. Every time something comes across the TV, the internet about it, you're all in, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
that's an indication of a passion that you have. Now, you have to figure out how do you package and present that passion to the marketplace. See, we
Right.
talk about the $1
Let me
trillion that Black people have,
let
right?
me
Go
chime
ahead.
in real quick. I was talking with another one of our business associates, if you will, in the My Econ company, and I was sharing with her about we was talking about the event that's coming up, and how I had set it up, and I told her the intricacies that I did behind what people see on Facebook. So when they see
Mhm.
the I guess the invite or the ad or whatever you want to call it, and they click on
Mhm.
it, it sends them somewhere to register or, to RSVP and all that stuff. And she said, she said, do you realize people will pay to learn how you did that? I never
Yeah.
thought of it like that. It's just something that I
Yeah.
put together that I did, and it's as soon
Yeah.
as I figured out what I was doing and how I wanted to do it, it was like boom, 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 boom. She said, do you
Mhm.
realize people
Yeah.
will pay for that? And I said, I never thought of that. She said,
Yeah.
I would, and I'm
Absolutely.
like,
Absolutely.
wow. So I'm feeling what you're saying right now, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that value is there. So I say, even though I'm using a free tool, even though I'm using something that's free to everybody, but everybody just
Yeah.
may not know how to use it to their
They don't know how
advantage,
to
if you
use
will.
it.
So yeah, so
Yeah. You
I'm
think about
okay.
it.
I'm connecting.
It's
It's
free.
connecting.
Yeah. It's free for you to do your own taxes.
Yeah.
But millions of people still go and pay hundreds of dollars for somebody to do their taxes,
Exactly.
right? So it's the same thing with that which you know. We know things, and here's the thing about some of the things we know, they come second nature to us.
Right.
And because they come second nature to us, we assume that they come second nature to everybody else too. Oh, this is easy. No, it's easy to you, Ro.
Right.
You figured it out, but somebody else might try to figure it out, and it might take them 2 weeks what it took you 2 hours to figure out.
Right.
And they don't
Exactly.
have that kind of time. Instead of me spending 2 weeks, I'd rather spend $200 and have Ro do this thing for me and get it out the way, and it's done.
Right. Right. Right.
So we talk about the 1.3, 1.5 trillion in spending power that Black people have, and spending power is an oxymoron. You don't have power when you're spending, but that's another subject for another day.
Right.
But think about the intellectual capital that we have. You want to get something done with little resources? We know some stuff.
Right.
We just don't know how to package and present what we know for sale. And then those of us who know that what we have is valuable, we tend to downplay its value because we don't think people will pay for it, or we don't think people will pay us what we deserve to be paid for it. Here's what you do, and here's how you start this process. Number one, you take an assessment, or you take inventory of everything that you know, all your gifts, talents, and special abilities. That's number one. and you
Right.
write them all down. Hey, I know how to do this. Hey, I know how to do 22 social now because I figured it out. I know how to do all of these things. Here are what the things that I know how to do, but here are the things that I'm really, really passionate about. That's number one. Then I want you to survey the marketplace, and I want you to see if other people are getting paid for that thing you know how to do really well. Right?
Okay.
So
Right.
first, you get a list of all of your gifts and talents, and then you put them down and your passions. And now you go and you look at the marketplace. I know how to coach and train basketball players. I look in the marketplace and I know people who are getting paid hundreds of dollars to train. Right? I know the guy who trained Jason Tatum, who's now playing in the NBA. Right? He charges hundreds of dollars per hour for training. So when you think about that, it's like, okay, if this guy is training the same skills that I have and I can train in a similar fashion, even if he's better, has a better pedigree or better branding and marketing, I know that there are people charging a fee for the things that I know how to do.
Right.
B, he has a long list of clientele, so I know people are actually paying for the services, right?
Right.
So I know people are paying. So now I know that there is a market that exists for the thing that I know how to do, right? So I know I have gifts and talents. I know that these gifts or talents are making other people money in the marketplace. Then you have to ask yourself the gut punch question. Why aren't you getting paid for the same gifts and talents that other people are getting paid for?
That's the question right there.
That's the question. That's the question. And for most people, they don't feel, they don't have enough belief in themselves that they can warrant somebody paying them or somebody seeing value in what they do. And the
Right.
main reason is this, Ro, they don't see value in themselves.
That's true. That's true. That has been a personal struggle right there. Thinking
When you
like,
don't
what?
see value in yourself, it's hard for you to believe that other people will see value in what it is that you do and
Right.
what you bring to the table,
Right.
right? And that's where so many people struggle with taking what they know, their passions, their gifts, their talents, and then using those things to create another income stream, right? So
Right.
I would say for anybody who's gifted in any area and you're not monetizing that, first you got to come to grips with it's okay for you to monetize that gift and talent. Everybody else is, right?
That's true. Very true.
All of these skills that you're acquiring, like as you're building your brand, you're stacking skills upon skills. You get a new skill almost every day, don't you? Every day as you're doing more and more, getting more and more out of your comfort zone, you pick up a new skill
Right.
every day. I know
Right.
I was there as a solopreneur. I didn't have money to hire people to do stuff, so I had to go on YouTube and I had to figure some stuff out. But then I became proficient. Then I was able to make some money in business. Then I was able to invest in a course or class or training or mentor or coach. And then I became proficient. So now a lot of the skills that I had to search out and seek for myself to help grow my business, those
Right.
same skills I package and I sell and I perform those skills for other people, right? So
Right. Right.
you
Right.
have the ability to do that with your intellectual capital. But here's the other paradigm shift that I had, Ro-Lunda, when I started working with you and my econ and all of these wonderful leaders that we have, is now, while I can do a lot of different things, I only work for passive and residual income. You can't pay me enough money to come and trade my time for dollars with you. You can't pay me enough money. I only work for passive and residual income. So if you want me to do something for you, you want to hire me in some way, if there's not a way that I can take on that job and make that money passively, or take on that job and get some sort of residual kickback after I do the work one time, I don't take the job. I just don't. Because now I know how true wealth is created.
Right.
Wealth is created in a passive way so that your time remains free for what? So I can continue to think up all of these ideas on how to solve people's problems passively. if I was bogged down on a job, if I was bogged down with trading time for dollars as a self-employed person, I'd have less free time, and I have less an ability to take some of these ideas that pop in my head 4, 5, 6 times a day, write them down, flesh them out, really think on them, really, pull it, extract them out, and really start to say, hey, I got something here. I don't want to implement it today, but I know I got something, so let me put it in a journal. You can't do that when you're on a job, right? I've been there. On a job, get one of these billion-dollar ideas, and then the supervisor calls. And before I get to jot it down, before I get to think on it, I got to run and do something. And that thought, that idea is lost to me forever.
That's true. Very true. Very true.
So you have to position yourself like wealthy people do, is instead of you paying me $1,000 to do something for you one time, if I can find a way for you to maybe pay me $100, but you pay it to me on a passive nature, I would do that and do it to 10 other people to still make the same $1,000. But now I don't have to give my time to get that $1,000.
Right.
That's what we have to start transitioning. And that's what I want our people to understand more than anything else is you can no longer afford to continue to set your life up to where the only way you make money is through exchanging dollars for time in a linear fashion. That's going to wear you out. And after you've worn yourself out for 50 years, you're going to have very little to show for it.
Very true.
Very little.
True. Very true. That, wow. 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 I'm seeing me all up in there, and it was very on point and on time when Carolyn said, it was Carolyn Solis out of Austin who I was talking to, and she said that, and she was like, man, she said, Rose, she said, have you ever thought of setting up a class and charging X amount of dollars to show people how you did that? And I said, never crossed my mind, because it was a matter of like, I don't know, it may have taken me probably about 5 hours in one day to figure all of that out. And then I duplicated it a couple of times. I said, okay, I can do one for this and do one for that based off a conversation having with you. And I was like, okay, let me do it this way. Let me put it in this way, put it out there this way. But it never dawned on me before that conversation just yesterday that that's something that can be monetized. It took me a minute to figure out what monetized was some time ago. I was like, what the world is that? And I'm like, just being in this industry and being in my econ, it just opened up a whole nother world to, how big this can really get. And it's just based off of your, like you said, your passions, learning something, self-educating yourself. And then when other people refuse to take the time to educate themselves, then they put themselves in a position to have to go pay somebody to do something that they can really learn to do themselves. So it's going to be plenty of people out there that's going to stay in that mindset. And so that's going to be our audience, if you will. That's going to be the ones that that we market to. So I ain't hating on them. I'm not going to hate on them. So, but there are.
So watch this. So here's how you do it. You put together the class where you're going to first have to earn linear income. That means you have to physically be there to teach the class. Right. But this is when I say I don't work for nothing but passive and residual income. Yes, I would do the class one time, but then I'm going to record the class as I do it. Then I'm going to take the recording of the class and send it to somebody and have them transcribe the recording into text. So now I have a recorded video course and an ebook to go with it. Now I package that up and I sell it forever.
Can you?
And I don't have to ever teach that class again. You see what I'm saying? So I worked one time, but I don't work for linear pay. I only work for passive and residual. So this is how my mind works now. I'm not going to say, hey, here's what an employee mindset says. Hey, I'm going to do this class. I can get 10 people in here. I can charge $50. Then that'll make me $500. Shoot, I can do this class every week. But what is that doing every week to your time?
Exactly.
That's taking up your time every week. No, I'm going to do this class one time. I'm going to invest a few dollars to get the information transcribed, make it a good recording. Then I'm going to package into a digital class.
I love it.
Now I don't have to charge $50 because it's digital. I can charge $10 and get way more people to come into the class and pay $10 because it's all digital, and I ain't got to do nothing. You set it up in 22 Social the same way you set everything else up. Take payments, everything. You making money 24/7 in your sleep.
All right, okay. When you get here, I'm gonna punch you in the arm because I can't do it right now. Wow. When you get here, I can't wait till you get here. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is powerful.
It's the way you think. So now that you know, there's more in what you know than what you do. Now you change the way you think. It's like, yeah, I know how to do this, but that ain't where the money is.
Right.
The money is in teaching people what I know. So how now when we incorporate that into every aspect of your life, you start saying, wait a minute. I know volleyball, but I don't have time to teach nobody volleyball. But if I can put a webinar together, if I can put a ebook together, if I can put a 10-point checklist together on how to properly set, how to properly spike, what does your footwork look like, how to properly serve, and I charge $3.99 for that, and I send that out into the marketplace, shoot. That's just over and over and over and over and over. I don't have to be there to do that, right? And then you can have upsells built on top of that. It just gets crazy.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
That's the thought process that you have to have with everything that you do. So if you got 2 takeaways, I want you to put this in the comments. 2 takeaways. There's more in what you know than what you do. That's number 1.
Yeah.
And number 2, only work for passive and residual income. It changes the way you approach business, right? Because you might get really successful, and all it takes is one course or one ebook or one something to go crazy viral.
That's right.
And with what we learned from my econ, say you get that one $10 course and you get a 6-week period where that joker is just hot.
Yeah.
And where you're selling 50 of them a day for 6 weeks. Well, we know what we're going to do with that money.
Yeah.
That money is going straight into an investment account.
You got it.
So for 6 weeks, I can do the math fast. Am I back? Wait a minute. All right. I think we're good. Let me see.
Yeah.
All right. I got a phone call. All right. So that's $500 a day for 6 weeks, right? What is 4 weeks? That's a month. That's like 45 days. So 500 times 45 is what? Right? That's a crazy amount of money for a 6-week stretch, right? But then you take that and you dump it into your investment account.
Yes.
As an employee, you pay taxes on all that money.
Yeah.
Because the only thing you can put away without penalty is $6,500, $5,500, depending on how old you are and whether you're trying to catch up. As an entrepreneur, I can sock away $55,000 with no penalty. So as an entrepreneur, with my self-employment retirement account, I can take all of that money, put it into a retirement account, and don't pay no taxes on it.
That's it.
So that's a whole nother conversation that entrepreneurs are not privy to. And this is why I say entrepreneurs need my econ. Business owners need my econ because nobody's teaching them this. They're running their businesses like a job that they own. and they're not putting anything away from the future. They're getting overtaxed. Even as an entrepreneur, they're writing off a lot of stuff, but they're missing the $54,000 write-off if they create their retirement accounts. They're missing the write-offs if they set retirement accounts up for their employees and they matched their employees. They're missing a lot of write-offs. They're paying a lot of taxes because they don't know some of the things that wealthy people are using to really keep Uncle Sam out of their pockets. So think differently. Think, how can here's what I want to do. I know I can make some money on the front end, but I'm not concerned about the front end money. I'm concerned about the back end money where there is no physical input from me or very little physical input from me, and I can keep making money over and over.
Right. Oh my gosh. That is so empowering. If for nobody else, for me.
Yeah.
Yes, but I know is that there's some that are on the feed right now that I'm sure is pulling some great nuggets from this. And it's definitely going to catapult anybody who takes it in and really absorb it and implement it. It'll take them to the next level. It'll take them to the next level. And
then even if you add the income shifting component to it, and I like to give people this piece so they don't get scared, because a lot of times you're talking about Cortez business entrepreneurship. I'm scared. What if I put this money out here and I don't make any money back? Let me help you understand something. Costs you $0 for a federal tax ID number, right? In Missouri, it's going to cost you maybe $8 to $10 to register your fictitious name, right? You're in business with those two pieces alone. But let me help you add another piece to it so you can legitimize your business. In Missouri, it's $50 to file a form of LLC. And then you can get you a website domain name at GoDaddy for $12, $13, $14. So we're talking about less than $100. You have a legitimate business. Now, based on your passion, I don't care if you are underwater basket weaving. It doesn't matter. If you are good at underwater basket weaving, somebody wants to buy some baskets that were woven underwater. You just have to find them and sell them to them, right? So if that's your passion, you start that business and it's fully legitimized. Now, because you have a business, you learn the income shifting strategies. You go to your employer and you get your W-4 completed to reflect that you're a business owner. They take less taxes out of your check. That's going to bring more money in. You take that more money and you systematically use some of it to invest in your business. You use some of it to pay down debts. You use some of it to build your emergency fund, and you can use some of it to invest, right? But then as you're doing those things, you start working on your credit personally and business-wise. Right? Because even if you're a brand new business, there are some things that you could be doing as a brand new business owner to start creating business credit. If you're working on your personal credit, you can eventually use that personal credit as a business credit guarantee to leverage more business credit. So all of these things start to come into play. So when I say intellectual capital, I'm not just talking about the capital or the intellect that you know or the skill that you have to perform the duty that's going to make you some money. I'm talking about the intellectual capital to set all of this stuff up in a way that you're going to earn income passively. Set all of this stuff up in a way so inside 12 months you can have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in business credit available to you. See, a lot of us say we don't want to start a business because we're thinking that a business is this big old facility and all that stuff, and we can't see it's starting from something minuscule. Jeff Bezos is worth $140 billion. Amazon.com started in his house. I don't think people get that. Yeah, we know they got warehouses all over the world today. But that $140 billion company started in his house. You can start the same way.
I was getting another call.
All right. I got another phone call. I should have had my do not disturb. Right. You can start the same way. right? You think that without a shadow of a doubt, Jeff Bezos understood that his company would be worth $100 billion one day? Even when he was in his garage, he was in his bedroom, and he had his little office space created. Now, what was he doing when the company was still in its infancy? He was working a job. He was taking all the tax write-offs as a home business owner should, and that tax savings was creating $5,000 to $10,000 to $12,000 for him in capital every year in tax savings. And he was taking that tax savings and doing what? Pouring it into Amazon.
Right.
That's where the capital came from. As he was still in his infancy, he was using his business EIN number to start building business credit. So he started getting other forms of capital and access to capital in other ways.
Right.
To do what? Go into Amazon.com. Now, since we're talking about Amazon, I know some of you guys who are listening saying, Cortez, my HR, my tax person over at H&R Block says I can't take tax write-offs in my home-based business because it's a hobby. And I didn't make no money. If I don't make no profit, I can't take the tax write-off. Here again, Jeff Bezos and Amazon operated in the negative for about 10 or 11 years before they made a profit. You think in those 10 and 11 years, they didn't take their tax write-offs? You think he didn't write off his employee salary? You think he didn't write off any excess inventory? You think he didn't write off the rent for the storage buildings that he had, his warehouses and all that? Of course he did. Of course. You just have to show the IRS that you're making an attempt to make a profit every year. You got revenue coming in, but you're spending more out than revenue is coming in, so that's a loss. But you have revenue coming in, that's a legitimate business.
Right.
So if you have not partnered with Ro-Lunda on learning how to do that in your home-based business, that's one of the ways that she can empower you with helping you understand that kind of stuff, right? But it's just crazy to me that we are asleep on this whole idea of entrepreneurship because we don't see the work of entrepreneurship as a blessing. And I did a video a couple of days ago, and I put it out yesterday that says the reason we're missing most of our blessings because they often show up in overalls and look like work. That's why we're missing a lot of our blessings, because we've been taught that God is going to open the windows of heaven and pour upon us an abundance of blessings. He is, but you still got to do the work, right? The children of Israel were promised the promised land. But when they got there, what did they see? They saw giants on the land.
Right.
Now, it was promised to them, but there were giants there. They had to do the work to remove the giants, and then they got the land flowing with milk and honey.
Right.
If you are a true believer that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, then you can do entrepreneurship.
Right.
It looks work, but I promise you, it's rewarding work. That is where the land that flows with milk and honey is in entrepreneurship. But you can't tell me that you believe in a God that owns 1,000 cattle on 1,000 hills, that created, who gave you the ability to gain wealth. You can't tell me that you believe that and then won't go out and do any actions based on that belief.
Right.
Believe it.
That's it. Oh my God. I know we can go on and on and on with that, but I'm going to tell you guys something. Listen up. This gentleman here, Mr. Hustle, Mr. Cortez, H. Cortez, fatherpreneur, financial health mentor to the working class, Black Wealth Movement organizer, all of that, and then some. He's going to be here in San Antonio this weekend. Y'all remember that event, May 25th, that I've been telling y'all about? This is who this fella is, Mr. Cortez Hustle Springer. He's going to be breaking down our business program and how you can own your life through the power of income shifting, which is how the wealthy have gotten wealthy and how the wealthy have stayed wealthy, and how you can implement that into your life to build generational wealth for you and your family. So May 25th, get there down to Tony G's Soul Food Restaurant. We're celebrating business and we're celebrating my birthday. Come have some
Yes.
cake with us and get
That's right.
empowered and learn how you can build wealth. Intellectual capital. What you already know, what your gifts are, what your passions are. He just told us how we can monetize that, how we can cause that, how we can position that to build passive and residual income for us. He broke that thing down, just simple, plain, no super jargon or anything, just layman's terms. Give yourself the
Yeah.
opportunity to shake his hand and to say, hey, I like
Yeah.
what you said. It has done something for me, is inspired me, empowered me to take a step that I have been afraid to take for so long, for so many years.
Mhm.
I'm so glad.
Right.
I'm so glad I reached out to this brother right here some years ago.
Yes.
I just
Yes.
did not
Yes.
know
I'm
the benefits
glad.
that I would receive by just by connecting with somebody. This is a prime example of connecting with somebody on social media that you never
Hmm.
knew, but you saw that
Yeah.
you had something in common, and so you stepped out on faith and you say, hey, I see what
That's what it
you're
is.
doing, what you got going on. Can I share something with you? That's all I did. I ain't gonna say it was the easiest thing in the world because I was shaking in my boots. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because this is a relationship that's just gonna get better. It's gonna get stronger. And I believe it's gonna
Yeah.
last for a very, very, very long time. So Mr. Cortez will be
Absolutely.
here on this Friday at the Tony G Soul
Yeah.
Food Restaurant. Business grand opening and birthday celebration mixer. And mixer is not talking about drinks. Please don't get that
Nah,
mixed
not
up.
not that mixer.
No,
We're talking
not
about
mixer. We're talking
mixing
about,
this intellectual capital is what we're talking
yeah.
about mixing.
Yeah,
Yes.
mixing and mingling. We're going to have some door prizes and some awesome destination vacation giveaways, but you got to be there
Yeah.
and you got to be
Gotta be
present
there.
to win. You got to be there
Gotta
and
be
you
there.
got to be present to win. This thing is for real. We're going to have a good time. Come out and share with us. Get this powerful information on income shifting, and then we can celebrate and enjoy the live entertainment that will be there. If you want to eat, you can
Yeah.
eat. But be mindful, if you show up after 7, the restaurant is going to assess a $10 cover charge. They let me know that. And I was like, oh, let me let the people know. So it will
Right.
behoove
Right.
you to be on time. Then you won't have to
Get
be
there early.
concerned with that cover charge, all right? So be there, be there, be there on time. 5:30 to 6:15 is the mix and mingle. 6:30 to 7:30 will be our business presentation by none other than Mr. Cortez Hustle Springer. From that point, after that, it's celebration time. The restaurant closes at 10. They don't stay open all night. I'm not an all-night person anyway. So
Right.
there's still enough time to have a good time, good, clean, hearty fun. Good, clean, hearty fun. So come out and celebrate with us and network with some people that you could possibly connect with later that could take you to another level in whatever it is that you're doing. And so partner with
Right.
us, Project Infinity 5000, where we are working to build a network of 5,000 plus business partners across the U.S. to
Yeah.
empower 250,000 plus families. That may sound like a big number, but it's really not, because a lot of people are out here hurting financially. A lot of people just need a hand up, if you will, need a little step up. They need somebody to show them how to do that. And we're here to do that, to empower people that want to be empowered. So we can't get you
Yeah.
anywhere that you really don't want to go, but we're here if you want to partner with us. So that's all we have for now. Friday,
Hmm.
be there, be there, be there. He's going to be in the house. He's bringing his
Absolutely.
beautiful wife, and then he's bringing 2 of his handsome boys. And so I'm looking forward
Yes.
to seeing them, meeting his boys, seeing him again. I ain't seen him in person in a minute.
Been a minute. Been a minute.
You got a punch in the arm coming, Cortez. I'm telling you, that was awesome. That was powerful.
Thank
So
you.
we're going to go ahead and call it a day here at the Wise Wednesday Empowerment Moment. This is Ro-Lunda Jackson with Cortez Hustle Springer. I am the empowerment advocate. He is the financial health mentor. And I want to encourage you to capture your vision, step into your purpose, walk in your greatness, and embrace your destiny. Until next time, you have a blessed day because you absolutely deserve it. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, Cortez.
Peace.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in for our show on today. If you found value in today's empowerment moment, please like our page and share this video. Join us again next Wednesday, same place, same time. Bye-bye for now.